In this video, we're going to talk about Trello, a pretty cool project management tool, especially if you like things a little bit more visual, or maybe you're sick of those traditional to-do lists. Let's jump right in. So what is Trello? Trello is a project management tool that can help you visually organize projects of any size, short-term projects, long-term projects. If you have any kind of questions about what Trello is capable of, take a look at trello.com/inspiration. You can see here they've got a number of kind of live public Trello boards that you can actually investigate everything from business to sales and support. I've picked out 3 examples that I think really showcase what Trello is capable of and give you some good ideas on how you might use it. The first one here is just wedding planning. Again, you see lists and cards within those lists. This is a wedding planning board, and they're talking about everything from 12 months out to what's currently being done in the wedding process. My last 2 examples have a few more kind of functionality being used. The vacation planning. They've got lists of everything to do before the trip, things that have been done, what to eat and drink, some of the things that you want to do. You can see how photos and labels are used. We'll talk about how you actually activate those and use those in your Trello board. But a good example here, the final one here is a real estate company. Again, if you manage kind of a sales process of sorts, Trello might be useful for you. You can see here potential buys, offers made, photos, due dates, who's assigned to what. Again, a very visual, collaborative platform. So what is Trello? Trello is, again, a project management tool, consists of boards, really kind of the backbone of the system. It consists of lists, and it consists of cards that live in these lists. So card 1, card 2. Now, when you're managing a project, these lists and these cards can really become anything you want, right? This could be a to-do list, a doing list, a done list. If you have a pipeline of any sort, a sales funnel, you can make these lists steps in that funnel. You can really do, again, whatever you choose with these lists. The cards themselves can be moved and have comments and attachments and a variety of other things. This is really a visual medium that really helps kind of break the maybe busyness of something like a to-do list. So what are the basic functions? So we've created a few lists. You can see you can do that just by continuing down this line here. We can also create new cards. We can do that by clicking add card to any one of these lists. Again, card 3, card 4, and by hitting enter it creates that card and starts with a new one. Okay, we can move the cards in the lists, so I can move card 1, card 2. We've got a lot of options there. We can also click on a card and see that there's a lot of functionality built into each one of these. We can have descriptions, we can have comments, we can have multiple people on here kind of collaborating on whatever this task, whatever this sales client is. Again, you have a lot of options. Within a card, you can adjust labels, so you can see some customization there. We can create checklists and track certain tasks within a card. Task 1, task 2, task 3. We can assign due dates, as well as, again, coming up with attachments. Attachments can be documents, it can be PDFs, it could be images, it could be a link to another website, a Google Drive document, whatever you want there. You have a lot of options. Finally, down below here, you'll see some of the kind of actions. We can move cards from within a card. We can copy. We can just kind of have visibility to certain cards if we choose to. One of the things with Trello is kind of the ability to have notifications. You'll see that with the bell up top right here. Those are new notifications. So even if you're not working on a card and another team member is, you could hit the watch button and get notifications when the card gets moved, when it gets new comments, when it gets new attachments. So again, think about team collaboration. This can be used as an individual or with others. We have the ability to share
So we can link to a specific card. If your team uses Slack or a workplace chat, you can link to a specific card. You can embed it somewhere else. And then one of my favorite features is actually the ability to come in here and actually have an email for the card. This email address, copy it, and make it a CC or a BCC on a card. And again, any of those emails actually end up in the comment section. So really, really nice feature there. Other things that I'll mention really quickly, the lists have a lot of power and a lot of functionality. So we can come in here and we can click on the 3 horizontal dots and we can move this entire list. We can move all cards in the list and we can actually archive cards, okay? And so archiving is, again, one of the nice features about Trello is we don't have to necessarily delete things. We can come into a card and we can just archive it if we don't want to see it anymore. We don't necessarily have to delete it. That is an option, but we don't have to delete it. We can just archive it. It's going to disappear from the board and we can continue kind of keeping things organized. We can always send something back to the board if we choose to. We can, with anything, kind of come in here and actually drag and drop the list. Just like the cards are movable, the lists themselves are movable. Now, Trello does have a mobile application on your phone, on your tablet, and it's just as robust and seamless here, okay? 3 things I want to point out up top here is you'll see here the board kind of privacy settings. This board just has me on it, so it's a private board. We can come in here and make this available to our team. We can actually make it a public board if we choose to, which makes it searchable and findable online. There's actually some really cool Trello boards that are public that you can see as examples. You can see up here we can actually star these. So when you log into Trello, your main boards, right, you might have a different board for each project, is featured up top. And then the final thing up here is I'll say is you can actually invite your team members to this specific board if you choose to. So just like with Google, you can invite with a link, create link, or we can actually invite from an email address, okay? And we can come in here and invite this person. Let's talk quickly about the menu here in Trello. Up at the top right below our photo and our notification bell, we can go show menu. This allows us to change the background, allows us to filter certain cards, add stickers, and look at some of the advanced settings here. Just like there's email addresses for individual cards, you can actually have an email set up to create new cards on your board. This is really helpful if you want someone to fill out a form and you want all those responses to land on your Trello board. A lot of options there. This is also where we can check out our archived items. We talked about that in the beginning, being able to archive lists of cards or cards. We can come in here and we can look at those, okay? So they aren't disappearing. They're not being deleted when you archive them. Again, they're here in the list. Finally, again, we can send a link to someone if this is a Slack channel or workplace chat type communication, and we can do things like copy the board or just get notifications on the entire thing. Let's jump quickly to the settings section. The settings allows us to adjust commenting permissions when we add new folks, remove permissions for other people to be able to add or remove folks, and we can actually assign this board to a team. Again, Trello is being adopted by a lot of companies, a lot of volunteer groups, people that are organizing as teams. You actually create teams, and those teams can all look at a certain set of boards, and so this is where you would go and assign your board to a particular team. Okay, this was Trello, guys. I hope this was helpful. If you enjoyed this video and want more, please hit the like button, please hit the thumbs up, and please hit the subscribe. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you next time.